I don't know where the other half of me is. Oh, there I am. Hello, how are you? This is what often happens when we stop practicing our craft for a little while. You can actually forget how to do some of the basic things. Well, that's my excuse anyway. Good morning, hello, and welcome. I've got some interesting things I want to chat with you today on the social media stuff show. But first off, I just want to say hello. It's good to be back. Great news. Riley, Amy and Logan are home. They were discharged on Monday evening from Brisbane Hospital. So we can all sort of have a bit of a sigh of relief. It's not the end. However, it's a new beginning because they're all home, which is really, really good. So guys, I want to share with you today, and honestly, if anybody wants to jump into this live stream and chat with me about their thoughts, I'm more than happy for you to do so. And what I'll do is I'll just copy the link and I'll pop it into the actual group, so underneath this video, so you can see it. And all you need to do is just click on the link and you can just pop on over live with me and have a chat about anything that you want. Actually, I can't. I'll put the link. I've got to put the link in the comments because I'm live and they won't actually let me edit a live event. Anyways, welcome. Hello. How are you? These are trying times, to say the least. Is it an opportunity to do something different, or is it just something that is outside of our control? Now, each one of us is going to have a different thought process, a different mindset on this. So that leads me into what I would love to discuss this morning is mindset. So going shopping Monday evening with the family and doing our weekly shopping, the family was about 3 rows behind me, and I found myself walking through the aisles just thinking about people's behaviours and what leads people to a place, and I may never know, it doesn't matter what I think, no judgment here, but was my thought process where I was going, sorry, I've got TikTok over here. I've got TikTok watching the live stream on Facebook, so welcome TikTok. So walking through the supermarket and thinking to myself, what leads people's behaviours to go and become fearful about the fact that they don't have enough, okay? So they don't have enough toilet paper, they don't have enough pasta, they don't have enough anything, because basically the shelves were empty in the supermarket where we live. And it made me realise that obviously there's hysteria around the coronavirus, and I'm not wanting to say that this is not a bad thing. This is a bad thing. People will die from this. But the mindset of people actually becoming fearful and creating that hysteria around not having enough, to me, is a mindset of lack and not abundance. So I'm walking through there feeling a little bit depressed because I can't even buy anything for the family to eat for the week, right? So then that leads me to think, well, how do we survive when everybody else is in this like mindset? So that's what I want to focus about today on business. So what I want to share with you is, in this time of business, where are you sitting at, and how do you pivot 360 to ensure that you actually have the best foot for you and your family and your business moving forward? And how do you do that? Well, the first thing is we need to change this. We need to think about different opportunities. Instead of saying, I can't, it won't work, I'll close my doors, no one's ever done this before, that's a lack mindset. And I want to suggest, and only suggest, that possibly you could say, what if? Because that makes your brain start finding answers. Or how could I? Or what other opportunities are out there for me? And I want to, and my brain has been in this abundance mindset ever since I've started talking to businesses for the last couple of weeks about, you know, their outcome and what they can do. And I'm sitting there going, no, you don't need to close the doors. What about this and this? And have you thought about that? Because that will be the outcome for you, the success. And I'll come back to some stories about this, and I'll share some real life experiences that I've had in the last week. But what else I want to share with you is this, to me, And I understand we're all in a different place and we're all in a different time. But for those that have been following me for the last few years or more, thank you very much, video is more important now than it ever was before. We already know the stats that 80% of all internet users will be watching video by this year. That was the statistics. But now we've got people at home quarantined who are on their mobile devices. So video marketing and creating a massive digital footprint over the next couple of months will actually be the catalyst for your success online. People will be watching you, watching what you're doing, watching what your business is doing now at home when they're not preoccupied with anything else. And when we come out the other side of the storm, which we will do, your business will be the first one that they think of. And if they can't, hey, hello, sorry, I've got heaps of people on TikTok. And if they can't remember your name or they can't remember your business, they're going to Google you and then they're going to find you because your videos will be on YouTube. So I've done a couple of 360s there, and I just want to come back and talk to you about the 4 phases of business. This is where businesses in Australia, if not worldwide, will go. So the first phase of business is remote. And that is where you look at your business model and you say, how do I work remotely from home? And there are a number of tools and applications that you can successfully work from home and still operate a business. Now, that's not for everybody. I understand that because we have businesses who are hands-on, which you can't work from remote. But that's the first stage. Do you have an opportunity for your business to work remotely, and what tools do you need to implement now? Excuse me. The second phase of business in this current climate is where if you're a bigger business, you're possibly going to have to look at restructuring and looking at your team and thinking about who do we need to keep, and this becomes part of survival, who do we need to keep to actually maintain our success and keep our doors open, and who will be best suited for our business. So obviously from an employee, your skills are going to count and your track record with that business is going to be, definitely paramount for your success to stay employed. And we're already seeing this. My local cafe put off 3 people this week because he can't maintain all those staff. So that's phase number 2. Phase number 3 is where you as a business owner needs to completely drive your ship in a direction that you will survive. So that might mean for some businesses extremely scaling back to where there's only you and your partner or you and your co-worker or whatever to maintain and not go into financial disaster. And phase number 4, can't count, is where you might have to look at the opportunity, and it is an opportunity because you don't want to go down with a sinking ship and burn all resources or drown all resources, is the opportunity that you may need to look at the long term for you and your business, and you may need to actually think about closing up and just riding the storm out and then coming out the other side. There is no point you losing your house, your car, or whatever. I'm not a financial advisor. There's no point you going through a stage of uncharted waters as we are now and crashing your boat into the cliff or the mountain and losing everything. So they're the 4 stages, 4, not 5, that you'll possibly be going through. And where are you at what stage, and how could you best use that for your business? So that leads me into Uncharted Waters. And this is a story about me growing up. I lived in Cooktown and we went fishing every second weekend. And back then my dad would have a massive big chart of the reef and he would pick where we went. So he would put the coordinates into his little, I don't even know if it was a GPS back then. It might have been one of those funny things with a dial. And we would then navigate our way through the reef until we found a fishing spot. Okay, so we were all safe and we were being charted our way through the reef. But I remember distinctively when he would find an opportunity, which is a reef, that was uncharted, and it wasn't on the chart. And I distinctively remember him looking at the chart going, it's not here. Why isn't it here? Why is it not mapped? Why am I finding this and nobody else? And he would get so excited because it was another opportunity to catch fish. And I remember distinctively he would throw the anchor out and then we would catch an abundance of fish because it was uncharted, because nobody else knew about it. And he would mark it on his chart, and that would become the secret uncharted location. And that scenario from my childhood made me realize that that's where we're possibly at now. We're in uncharted waters. We don't know what's going to happen. But what if you came across a reef bombie or an opportunity that you could actually make a difference for people's lives, help people, or actually just turn your whole business model around? 5 years ago, we talked about going online, and many small to medium businesses are still not online because they can't or won't see the benefit of being online. You really need to think about that now in order for you to survive. Now, before I go, I just want to share a couple of quick stories that happened this week. As I said, my local coffee shop said that he's closing down at the end of this week and he had to put 3 staff off. Now, to me, I go, wow, what if you've got an abundance of food in the freezer? What if you shut the doors and actually started cooking for people and delivering them at home? Okay, there may not be mega bucks in actually getting in your car and driving around delivering food, but it's a cash flow situation that will keep the wolves from your door. What if, I saw this morning on TikTok, because TikTok is awesome, right? So are you guys. Where Loom, Loom, is a video making platform, is now giving everybody unlimited access to making videos for free. And they're calling it coronavirus. I can't even remember what they called it, actually. What was it? I don't know. Anyway, he had a name for it. You'll see it when you go to the website. And he's allowing everybody to join for free to make unlimited videos. Now, to me, that is amazing marketing. Not only is he helping small, medium businesses like us make videos for free, what's going to happen at the end of the storm is that he's going to have an injection of people using his product. When he does charge, he has just boosted his cash flow. Brilliant marketing and brilliant opportunity for you to go check out that. No excuses. On LinkedIn, I saw that 12 of the most famous museums in the world are actually giving free virtual tours for everybody that's at home. What does that do? This is my brain thinking. That gives everybody an opportunity to see it. And then when the calm comes back, you may want to jump on an aeroplane and go actually visit that next time you're in that country. Great marketing. Another one that I saw was a company called, I've got it written down here, one moment, Coursera, Coursera, Coursera. They're giving access to their library of courses for free. Again, people are at home, they're going to start studying and upskilling themselves, and then possibly love their platform and then purchase from them in the future. Another story is one of the local colleges. They have never, ever, ever, and this is a great example, they have never, ever in the life of teaching taken their product online. Apparently, a lot of people in this niche are not online because it's a teacher to classroom environment. Now, they have to go online. So if this college shuts down over the next few weeks and they've got students that they need to teach, they have to develop something, do a pivot to develop some sort of strategy to actually deliver that training online. And I'm helping them brainstorm how can they do that cost effectively and then potentially have a product at the end of the day, because no one's ever done this before and it's uncharted territory. That's all well and good. You've got your CEO, your operations manager and everybody on board delivering and solving the problem. The main problem is the teachers don't like change and they're not embracing this as an opportunity. They're seeing this as a hindrance, going back to mindset again. So therefore, they're sitting there going, never been done before. I can't do it because I'm not in a classroom. And I go, wow, if your passion which it is, I'm not judging, is teaching, and you still want to look after yourself and your family, would you not embrace the learning opportunity, since you're a teacher anyway, to actually move through this storm, deliver the content to your students, and then possibly have a product that is worth millions at the end? Who knows? So that's what I'm seeing happening around the place, folks, you know, and it all goes back to mindset. You are going to be uncomfortable. Yes, you may need to learn a few different things very quickly. You may need to learn how to market video. You may need to actually overcome the fear of being on camera like that in order for you to pivot your business. One last story I want to share with you is one of the students that I know is working in hospitality and lost her job because, as we know in Cairns as well, you know, the hospitality industry is really feeling it. And she said, I'm going out to hand resumes around to all the restaurants for hospitality. And I said to her, that's great, because it is great. She's being proactive. And I said, but if the restaurants are shutting down, I said, what else can you do to potentially, you know, get some income? And she said, oh, you know, I'm really good at retail, I'm really good at this. And she rattled off a couple of different things. I said, well, then maybe you should be diversifying and looking at that as an opportunity as well. Then I said to her, as she was walking out the door, I said, so what do you really love to do? And she told me what she really loved to do. And I said, well, you're very well spoken, you're very charismatic, or you're very authentic. I said, have you thought about creating like a mini course to teach people what you love to do? I said, even if you sold it at $50 to your friends, if you sold 10, there's your rent and your, you know, your expenses paid this week. And it was amazing because I saw this light bulb go off in her head where she thought, wow, she wants to travel the world. This is a great way for her to fund her travel around the world as well. So my friends, we've talked about a lot of things here. I haven't talked about TP, the toilet paper, but I would love to know what you think. I'd love to know where you're at. I'd love to know if you think there's an opportunity, how you've been feeling this week with everything that's going on. What are your thought processes? What are you doing? And more importantly, what are you going to do if you don't do anything with the pivot? What are you going to do to grab hold of this opportunity to brand yourself and actually create a huge digital footprint now when people are at home, so when the storm finishes, you're coming out the other side? So those of you that are interested, yes, this is my call to action. I have gone back on the tools this week only for 10 clients because of two reasons. I don't think that the prices that my competitors are charging is warranted. I really think there's a bit of fear around the price that they're charging. And two, I can't sit back ethically and keep telling you what to do and training you what to do when you're not doing it. So I understand that you may be busy. I understand that you might be, you know, pumped for time and you've got pressures and everything else on. So that's why I'm opening my doors up to 10 people only who want to work with me. I will work with you and we will get 3 months worth of video content out there into the marketplace for you to ensure your long-term success. This is not a quick fix. We're not going to do videos and then your phone's going to be ringing on off the hook, which potentially could happen actually. But anyways, just a bit of a disclaimer there. So if that's you, if you want some help creating 90 videos over the next 90 days so that you can sit back and see that you're actually really making some impact, then you know what to do. Thanks again. This is Uncharted Territory. Love to hear what you think. I love to hear where you're at. Thank you so much, TikTok, for hanging out. I've got a few people watching TikTok over here. And for you guys in the group, I'm going to share some amazing stats about what TikTok's done for me over there. And you guys at TikTok rock. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay well, and look at what opportunities are lying in your uncharted waters for you. Take care. Thank you. Bye.